Okay. Start the meeting of the Bridges and Tunnels for July. Are there any public speakers? Hello, Murray. Your turn.
There's a lot of things going on today. One of the things that he's given me the portable microphone because I found out this morning when I stand over there, I can't see President, couldn't see Ronnie.
Oh.
What I'm talking about today is changes. How this MTA is changing in a lot of places. I've asked that they pass out this sheet which shows the lines on a road. The diagram is from that manual. The diagram is wrong. People have been following a wrong diagram for 10 years, and it's finally being addressed. I've been working with the staff of the Bridges and Tunnels, quite interesting. We're moving forward, but like other things, like this morning when we spoke about whether to call you chairperson or chairman or just plain chair, we're in an area of transition. And the MTA is actually moving forward very well. New trains that were ordered for the subways. I'll address some other issues at the Finance Committee, but I want to let this committee know that I've been working with your staff people. It's very difficult to overcome things like a 10-year-old diagram that people can't stop using. Driving in this morning, I noticed that the lines on a road, 80% of them have been corrected to the right way, even though the diagram is still wrong. So what I'm talking about these days is how change is coming. Port Authority changed the bus terminal. We're looking at it again. Lots of things are changing. So I express my thanks to Bridges and Tunnels staff. Not that the problems have been completely solved yet, they haven't. But the fact that we're working on them, that's the important part. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other public speakers? No other public speakers? Okay. Approval of the minutes of the June meeting. Move seconded. All in favor, aye. Any changes to the work plan?
No changes to the work plan.
No changes to the work plan, so we'll go right into report on operations.
The report on operations begins on page 15. Traffic was higher in May with 27 million crossings as compared with 26.5 million crossings in May 2015. This represents a 1.9% increase. Rainfall in May 2016 was 3.9 inches over 11 days, while May 2015 had 1.6 inches over 6 days. May 2016 gas prices averaged $2.33 per gallon, which was 45 cents lower than in May of 2015. Easy Pass volume increased by 3.2% in May 2016 as compared to May 2015, while crossings using cash and other payment methods declined 5.3%. Passenger car travel was up 2%, and other vehicle travel increased by 1% from May 2015. Preliminary monthly traffic figure for June 2016 is 4.3% more than the same period last year. A new one-day traffic record was set on Friday, June 17th, with 981,876 total vehicle crossings, making this the highest traffic day in TBTA history. 87% of the crossings were Easy Pass. The previous record was 980,238 on Friday, June 27th, 2003. 4th of July holiday weekend, Friday through Monday, was 2.95% higher than the holiday period in 2015. This ends the report on operations.
Any comments, questions? How come they're all on the same time when I'm there? It's amazing how that works.
June 17th.
June 17th, a Friday.
They both were on a Friday, yeah.
Yeah, just like amazing. I don't know where these people are coming from, but they're going over our bridges. Okay.
Move on to the safety report. Pashko.
Good afternoon. The report on safety is illustrated on page 29, in which we continue to highlight our most important leading and lagging indicators shown on the top and bottom tables. The report includes a 12-month rolling average and highlights the following performance indicators: customer collisions with injuries, employee accident reports, lost time injuries, and contractor injuries. The customer collision rate for this 12-month reporting period increased slightly from 5.63 to 6.61, and the rate for injury collisions went up slightly from 0.94 to 1.03. During the same reporting period, the total number of reported employee accidents declined from 266 to 241 total cases, representing a decrease of 9.4%. And the rate for lost time injuries increased slightly from 5.1 to 5.6, representing an increase of 9.8%. Finally, the contractor lost time injury rate dropped from 3.37 to 2.21, which represents a decrease of 34.4%. In terms of our leading indicators shown on the bottom table, we continue to meet our goals, but I would like to emphasize the number of fleet preventative inspections and construction safety inspections, which for this period went up, were considerably higher. Unless there are questions or comments, this concludes my reports on safety.
Is there a specific reason why they are higher during this reporting period? Those two criteria? The fleet prevention, maintenance inspection, and the construction safety inspections?
Well, we've done many more during this time around than last 12 months compared to the previous 12 months. Nothing specific, but we try to increase the number of these inspections as much as we can.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, the Easy Pass report begins on page 31. Our market share was 85.9% in May, 1.1 percentage points higher than the year before. 23,551 Easy Pass accounts were opened in May. 11,400 approximately were on the go, about 48% of the total. We are now up to 806,000 on-the-go tags sold in the lanes since the program began. We had a very good weekend selling in the lanes. Over 1,100 were sold on Saturday and just under 1,000 on Sunday. So the summer sales have been very good the last both this year and last year. If there's no questions on the Easy Pass report, I'll move on to the financial report, which begins on page 36. Toll revenue year-to-date through May was $745.8 million, which is 3.6%, $26.6 million higher than planned. Traffic was up 4.1% against the budget year-to-date as the mild winter weather continues to help us, as well as just, the higher traffic that Pat talked about. Preliminary June traffic also up 2.2% against plan. Looks like revenue up about just under 1% against the budget preliminarily for June. Year-to-year, traffic's up 5.7% through May, about 6.6 million vehicles, and the preliminary June number is also up year-to-year, about 4.3%, more than 1.1 million vehicles. On the expense side, about $174.8 million is what we spent through May. That's year-to-date, about $23.8 million, 12% lower than planned. The non-labor costs were 12.7% less than planned, $10.3 million. Timing, the primary reason, and labor costs were lower as well by about $13.4 million, about 11.5%, primarily due to payroll vacancies, and overtime down 18% against plan, 2.1 million year-to-date. And our support to mass transit more than $470.78 million through May, more than $66.2 million, 16.4% better than planned. Concludes the financial report. If there are no questions.
Any questions on the finances? They keep going in the right direction, that's for sure. Okay.
And we'll move on to the capital program report. Joe Keane.
Good afternoon. The report on the capital program can be found starting on page 51. There were 6 commitments made in June totaling $1.9 million. Through June, there have been 43 commitments totaling $64.9 million, or 42.8% of B&T's annual commitment plan of $151.8 million. There were 4 project completions in June totaling $39.1 million. Through June, there have been 6 project completions totaling $78.5 million, or 53.6% of our annual plan of $146.4 million in project completions. Major project completions were achieved for design builds of the electrical substation at the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, and the replacement of the Rockaway Point Boulevard overpass at the Marine Parkway Bridge. There were 8 task level closeouts in June for $7.9 million, and through June, there have been 62 total closeouts with an amount of $84.7 million. Unless there are any questions, that concludes the report.
Where are we with regard to the Verrazano completion date on the whole project? We're halfway through it at the moment?
We're more than halfway through. Sorry.
Thank you. Okay.
We're more than halfway through it. We will, in the next several months, we'll be entering the last of 4 roadway stages of staged construction of the roadway. So the contractor appears to be well ahead of the 2017 completion date. So likely first half of 2017 will be complete, certainly with the roadway work.
Excellent. Excellent. Good. Okay.
Okay, procurements, Gavin.
Good afternoon. Procurements start on page 65. There are no non-competitive procurements or ratifications. There are 4 competitive procurements. One is a request for board approval to use a competitive RFP process for design-build service projects in lieu of sealed bids for 13 additional planned capital program projects in the 2016 to 19 timeframe, as well as using alternate delivery methods for implementation of open road tolling projects at authority facilities. 3 are for personal service contracts, 1 for design and support services for the rehabilitation and seismic retrofit of the approach viaducts at the Throgsneck Bridge, as well as rehabilitation of its lower garage. 1 is to design the reconstruction of the Brooklyn and Staten Island upper-level approach decks of the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, as well as provide preliminary designs of the upper-level eastbound Brooklyn approach and replacement and widening of the Bell Parkway ramps. Finally, 1 is for design services on an as-needed basis for intelligent transportation systems projects at all authority facilities. And the value of these 3 contracts is approximately $20.12 million. Unless there are any questions, these procurements are described in detail in the enclosed staff summaries.
Any questions on any of those items? The Parsons Brinckerhoff part is the Brooklyn side. The state DOT was doing the Staten Island side, if I recall, on the access points. Is that correct? Well, as part of that, their Staten Island Expressway contract?
We have largely completed work that was done through a memo of agreement between ourselves and New York State DOT on the Staten Island side with the Staten Island ramps and toll plaza work.
Right.
There actually is a similar agreement in place for work on the Brooklyn side that is ongoing right now. This contract that's being proposed here is for a comprehensive program of ramp, roadway deck and ramp replacements, mainly on the Brooklyn side. There's a couple of ramps on the Staten Island side that are in the scope as well.
Okay. Any other questions on that? Motion to approve? Second? All in favor? Aye. Okay.
Concludes our agenda.
Or anything else from anybody? If not, motion to adjourn. So moved. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.